never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Yo, this is your boy King Lion, and welcome to the Dual Ace channel. Yo, how you guys doing on this fantastic day? Yo, I want to say thank you to everybody. We are over 400 subscribers. We reached that milestone like a few weeks ago, and I just want to say thank you to all of you for getting us up to that point. We're so close to 500, and I know we can get to 1,000 before the summer ends. And it's okay. So let's keep on subscribing, share with your friends, like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into this video today. The video, okay. Now, today we are going to be talking about WrestleMania Night One predictions. Okay, there are about 7 matches for Night One that we have to talk about. So let's get into this. So first thing first, I want to say this: congratulations. This is not about WWE, but this is about wrestling. Congratulations to the new AEW Men's World Heavyweight Champion Darby Allin. Yes, he defeated MJF yesterday night on Dynamite in a squash match, no less. He deserved it. I know I kind of talked a little bit about Darby in my all in video that will be linked down below. But I just want to say I just want to say congratulations to you, Darby. You proved a lot of your haters wrong. I'm a big supporter of Darby, Envy, and I can't wait to see how the title run goes. Now back to what we are originally going to be talking about. WWE WrestleMania Night 2, no, WrestleMania Night 1, my bad. WrestleMania 42 Night 1 predictions. Now, Night 1, now let's kick things off with the Fatal 4-Way for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. And the Bellas, Lash, and Nia. You got Charlotte and Alexa, and also so Bailey and Lyra. So right now, we still do not know if Nikki Bella will still be in this match. In match, what the rumors are is it's going to be a time decision. It's going to be a time make decision that if the Bellas are going to be in or out of this match. But I do believe that the Bellas will be in this match. So because of that, and that I do have the Bellas winning the Women Tag Team Championships, and I have it for 2 reasons. Number one, this is the Bellas' last run. I know they both signed a contract stating that the next 2 years are going to be the last. This last stint in WWE will be their last run in wrestling, in the pro wrestling, in pro wrestling. I mean, like in ring wrestling. So, so we got until maybe next year or the year after. So I think that WWE is going to give them the tag team titles. They deserve it. They are they are the pioneers. Well, one of the pioneers of women tag team wrestling, and and especially how Nikki have been showing these past few months, and also Bree's return into the Royal Rumble. Believe me, I do think they deserve it. If they are not in the match, I do believe that Lyra and not Lyra, I do believe that Nia and Lash will retain if the Bellas are not in the match. So so if it's a fatal 4-way still, I still believe it's going to be I going to believe it's the Bellas. If it's going to become a triple threat, then it's going to be Lash and Nia. Also, a little bit of my opinion, I kind of don't see them breaking up Charlotte and Alexa, not quite yet. I think they're going to save that for maybe Backlash, but I wouldn't have a problem if they do it now. I wouldn't have a problem. So that's what. So my prediction: Nikki Bella, Brie Bella, the Bella twins walking out with the women's tag team titles as and new. So next match. Okay, the Usos, yeet, and L.A. Knight, yeah, against Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and I Show Speed. If someone would have told me that I Show Speed was going to have a match at WrestleMania, I would have told you until you are crazy. But it's happening. I Show Speed is in the match. It's official. And now we have a 6-man tag. There really is nothing to say. I did say I think everyone knows who they. I think everyone knows who I'm going for. I'm going for the Usos. I'm going for L.A. Knight. Knight. I don't see that. I don't see I Show Speed. I don't see I Show Speed or Logan Paul winning this match. I think the Vision is going to lose, not flawlessly, but they're going to get their behinds whooped indefinitely. Okay, I think the funniest moment will be once we. I think the funniest moment is we see a BET by uh, by LA Knight to I Show Speed. So yeah, 6-man tag. The Usos, LA Knight, they are my win. They are my winners in that match. Now we're gonna go into. And now we're gonna go into. Now we're gonna go into Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu in a non-sanctioned match. Now, if you guys watched my first video with Jelani, you guys will know that we were talking about Elimination Chamber. We were talking about the last non-sanctioned match between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and I made it perfectly clear that I believe that was one of the worst non-sanctioned matches of all time at the time because it wasn't really bloody, it wasn't really crazy. It was there was maybe once there was one moment where it was a crazy stunt, but it wasn't really that. And it wasn't really a non-sanctioned match. Now, of course, this is a guy who watches AEW, so I see a lot of blood and this and that and the third. I'm expecting that for this match. I'm expecting that for Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre. After everything that we have saw, after how much these two hate each other, I want to see violence like never before seen. If I don't see the level it's gotta this match got to be up there with the Hell in a Cell match with CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, or at least one level below it. If it's not that kind of craziness, then it's a dud. And now, who do I think is going to win? Okay, I do see a reason that Drew can win. Drew just lost the title, so they could have Drew win this, but I think they. The. I think hmm, the guy who's going to win this match, Jacob Fatu, is the Samoan Werewolf. You know who he is. He no gas, no brakes. Now what I mean, he's coming for blood, and he's walking out with that dub. So my pick for the non-sanctioned Drew McIntyre for the Jacob Fatu match is the Samoan Werewolf Jacob Fatu. You know what I mean? Now the next match, IC Women's Championship, aka NJ for people who don't know what IC means, Intercontinental Women's Championship match. AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch. Man, I'm kind of a little bit sick and tired of this. And it's like I knew we was going to get this match. I knew it, but I just didn't. I just thought maybe they were going to maybe add a stipulation onto it. I thought they were going to say, hey, because we already saw the regular one-on-one match at Elimination Chamber. So I thought maybe they were going to say, hey, how about we add a submission match, okay? Because both of them have submission moves. I thought maybe it'd be extreme rules, maybe it was gonna be no DQ, maybe something like that. I thought maybe it was gonna be that, but it's just gonna be a classic wrestling match. So who I think going to win? Well, first of all, I do think that referee that always mess with um oh yeah, sorry, I got a brain for okay. Becky Lynch. I think that referee who messed with Becky Lynch, and then she's gonna mess with her again. She's gonna cost her. And I think we're gonna see a moment where that referee gonna slap is going to put hands on Becky. So to me, to me, the person who is going to walk out with the championship and still champion is AJ Lee. She just won the belt. I don't see her losing the belt. I don't see and I okay. I don't. I see her not losing that belt until at least SummerSlam. So I did. So going to just say that AJ Lee is going to win with a little bit of help from the referee, and that's going to lead to backlash where where the referee is going to fight Becky Lynch. Sorry for not knowing your name. I need to remember your name, but hey, I do see that happening at backlash. So the winner of the IC Women's Championship match, AJ Lee. So next, it's a match that we didn't expect it was going to be. Okay, it's Seth freaking Rollins against the Ring General, the career killer. Gunther. Man, I really don't like man. Like like I I really don't like him so much. It's not even funny. This year, these last few months without John, without him retiring John and him retiring AJ in the span of 2 months, it just hit me the wrong way. Hit me the wrong way, and I will make a video about how I felt about John retiring. I was planning on doing that. I was. It was, and him losing the Gunther. I was planning on making that video, but there was a lot of things going on in my personal life that kind of stopped me from doing that. So I will get into how I feel about Gunther career killer storyline. So yeah. Now, do I? Now this is the thing. Do I see Gunther losing to Seth Rollins? It's very hard to decide on who to win actually, or who to lose because you got to understand something. Seth Rollins just came back. I don't think that if Seth took an L, it was going to hurt him, but he just got back, and I don't see him losing his return match back. But on the other hand, Gunther is on a roll. He's been having flawless matches. He just retired Goldberg, John Cena, and AJ Styles. Him taking an L to Seth Rollins will really hurt will really hurt Gunther in the long run. On top of that, he have lost back-to-back WrestleManias, so he do deserve a win at WrestleMania, yeah, to to boost up his momentum. So it's mm, it's hard to decide, but I do think that Braun Breaker is returning at WrestleMania, and I do think he will cause Seth Rollins the match. Okay, so with a heavy heart, I'm going to say Seth Rollins will lose to Gunther with the help of Braun Breaker, and we still don't know what favor that Paul Heyman has to do for Gunther. So we just gotta stay tuned and find out. So the winner of Seth Rollins versus Gunther, in my opinion, is the Ring General, the the career killer Gunther. Now we get into two blockbuster main events. For the Women's World Championship, Stephanie Foucault defends her title against the 2026 Women's Royal Rumble, Liv Morgan. Now, first thing first, I want to say this: they didn't get enough. They didn't get enough screen time. They didn't get enough screen time to make this storyline feel to make the storyline very legit. Now there was a point where I thought maybe they was going to main event, and that was during the Elimination Chamber situation where Drew was holding the title. I did not think Drew was made. If Drew hold on to the WWE Championship, I did not see him main event the WrestleMania. I thought maybe they were going to give it to Lyra, and not Lyra, to Liv and Stephanie. So, but we, but I was wrong. And they did do good with the storyline a bit. They did do good at the beginning. At the middle part of it, they kind of slowed down and it kind of messed things up. Because I do believe they needed a little bit more time to build up the story. But then at the last three Raws, they really did some things for, and they really did some things to level up this match to a blockbuster match. So who I who I think going to win this? Stephanie Foucault is on a roll. If you guys saw, she was my number two, two she was my number two to Women's Wrestler of the Year in 2025. She been on a roll, She been great, great. But Liv Morgan, Liv Morgan returned. She won the Royal Rumble, and she's on a roll. I think we all saw the music video. I think we all have to like it. If you haven't liked it, you have a hater, or you just don't know good music. Is it okay? And okay, and also the fact that right now I do see her. Right now they do need it. They do. I do see her going to SummerSlam as women's champion to face either Roxanne or Raquel. So and also the fact that I think Stephanie really did as much as she can with the belt. She did amazing with the world title, but I think taking the belt off of her would be good for her. And I also have a few ideas if she did lose the belt. One of my ideas was to send her to SmackDown and kind of help out that division a little bit, but that's another conversation for another time. Overall, I do see Liv Morgan walking out our new women's world champion. So the winner, in my opinion, between Stephanie Foucault and Liv Morgan is Liv Morgan. So you just gotta watch her. And now we get into get into the main event. 20 years in the making. Former Legacy members, the Legend Killer, the Apex Predator, the Viper, Randy Orton, against the American Nightmare, the WWE undisputed WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Cody Rhodes, with in in the corner of Randy Orton, Pat McAfee. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know why the hell they doing Pat McAfee. This is and this is no disrespect to Randy or to Cody. This is all this is there's no respect for TKO because let me make this perfectly clear for this. You guys did this already last year, and it didn't work at all. Why are we redoing it and redoing this again? And before we and before you guys kind of like say, oh, what he talking about? Last year we added a celebrity into the John Cena and Cody Rhodes match when it didn't need to have a celebrity in this situation. Travis Scott was in it, The Rock was in it, and they were talking about they trying to, they're going to take and they're going to change wrestling. They're going to make wrestle. They were going to retire the crybabies and all this other stuff. They wanted Cody Soul and all this other bull crap, and it just didn't work. It messed up what we could have had. It was still a great match. A match between John and Cody, but we didn't need all this extra layer. John and Cody could have made this story themselves. And now we're doing it all over again, but this time we added Pat McAfee in this. No one cares. Nobody want Pat McAfee in this situation. Pat McAfee do not deserve to be in a main event situation. He has no dog in this match. Man, trying to say, we trying to save wrestling. We trying to bring it back to the Attitude Era and all this stuff. Man, no man, if you was in the Attitude Era, you would have been getting your ass kicked every day of the week. You know that. It just makes no sense. And now you add Jelly Roll into the mix, and you don't have to do this and do. It just makes no sense. You should just have Cody and Randy. Those two can carry a storyline by themselves. They are professionals and they don't need any help. The same way how I said about the John Cena situation. He didn't need any help. And help with Cody and Cody building that feud. We don't need that again. Okay. Okay. But we already on the road. I already see it. We all already see how this is planning out. So this is what I'm going to say. I hope I hope to ever loving. I hope to the end to the gods that this Pat McAfee shit is over with after WrestleMania because he don't need to be here. But but I do see Cody losing to Randy Orton. I also see Cody getting punk kicked by Randy Orton. And I do see that Jelly Roll and Pat McAfee will be fighting on the outside. But overall, these are two of the greatest of all time. These two don't need no outside interference to help each other to help them win this match. But overall, who I think going to walk out with the WWE Championship is Randy Orton, the APAC Predator. And number 15 is on the way. Now, would I like the way how number 15 is coming? No. But hey, that's how it's gonna be. And that's how it's gonna be. So we just gotta deal with it. Thank you for watching the video. Okay. Part two WrestleMania part two will be coming in very soon. Not come very soon. Part two going to be out. Going to be out around about the same time part one is out, or either maybe a day before, day after, something. Okay, that's how it's going to be. But overall, thanks for watching the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And yes, and before anyone say anything, yes, I am coming out with 2 videos about the NBA. I will be coming out with 2 videos about the NBA playoffs, round one, and I will be coming out with another one with another video about the NBA. But this is just my opinion about how 3 teams really teamed up to set the playoffs in a certain kind of way. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Please once again like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys later. See you. See ya.